it might be time to stop being skeptical that the Thunder can actually win this whole thing.
I mean,
people say they're too young, too inexperienced, too free of battle scars, all of the stuff.
Yep.
These dudes are now 30-5. They've won 15 straight. They are 19-1 in games where Isaiah Hartenstein plays. And Chet Holmgren, arguably their second best player, has only played in 10 games all season and not at all during this 15-game winning streak. Like, Oklahoma City is 30-5 overall, including 22-3 without their best player, without their second best player.
Their second best player, yeah.
The Thunder are now plus 350 to win the title in the betting markets, behind only Boston at plus 200. It might be time to stop saying, well, they haven't been through it enough. They haven't got knocked around enough. They haven't taken their battle scars. This could be the franchise that goes from they were good, never really accomplished much in the playoffs, and then boom, it happened.
Yeah, I mean, as far as, in the West, who's going to give them trouble in the postseason? I mean, I would hope it would be the Grizzlies. Denver's obviously got the pedigree and they've been there.
But they ain't been there with this group.
And, Minnesota's just, I don't know there. And then this Dallas team, we'll see if they're healthy and can do it again. Yeah.
In Minnesota, and this is becoming clearer by the day, and I'm not even saying they were wrong, but they chose money over a roster.
Yeah. And it appears that they downgraded.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just appears that way. We'll see with this Dallas team that's coming in here tonight.
And just by that, I mean, they did not move Karl Anthony Towns because they thought Julius Randle was a better fit or Karl Anthony Towns was bad or any of that stuff.
Yeah.
They just could not afford to keep him.
Right.
Or they couldn't afford to keep him without it getting very expensive, and they chose not to. And this is the result. They took a team that was on the verge of something, and now they just turned it into a whatever situation.
Yeah, but right now, I mean, again, looking at all the competition around the West, again, Dallas went to the finals last year. We'll see what happens with Luka. He's still on a scooter right now, so we'll see how that situation plays out. But right now, I don't think you can say that. You can sit here and say they're not easily the favorites to win the West. Just how they're playing, and they're just so far ahead of everybody else.
I mean, that's the thing.
Yeah,
they 7-game series in the postseason are different than
they're going to be the 1 seed, barring a huge collapse, right? They're going to easily be the 1 seed.
I mean, they could even collapse and still probably be the 1 seed.
Yeah,
collapse relative to what they've been doing,
right,
and still be the 1 seed. I mean, they got a 7-game lead over Houston,
right?
7.5 games over the Grizzlies. So they're terrific. They looked the part. Big win over the Celtics yesterday.
I'm still skeptical.
I'm actually not.
Okay.
I'm not. If you told me right now,
I buy into the battles tested thing.
I know that is normally true, but this is the point I tried to make with Vernon a few weeks ago. The Warriors do not have the Michael Jordan scars or the LeBron James scars.
That's fair.
They went from they were a good team under Mark Jackson. They fired him, hired Steve Kerr, discovered Draymond Green, and they went right to the whole thing. That is the way it happened. It wasn't like this long buildup. It was they were irrelevant. They just didn't matter. Then they got kind of good. Then they fired their coach, hired a new coach, discovered Draymond Green, and then they won the title.
Yeah.
They went from here to here just like that. So the idea that you can't do that it runs counter to what we watch with the Warriors. And I'm not saying that this is the same thing or even a similar thing. I'm just saying I am not somebody who says, if you have reasons for why the Thunder aren't going to win the West, I need to hear more than, well, you just can't go from getting bounced early every year to winning the West. That's not the way this works. I don't buy that.
I'm with you. I got you.
I'm not saying they will. I'm just saying they can. They look the part.
Yeah.
The Gary Parrish Show, live weekdays at 10 a.m.